All right. So we got the YouTube started. So good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Melissa, Tiffany, Tony, Marissa, Libby, Crystal, June, and then you get double your pleasure, double your fun because there's two of me in here.
Good
morning.
What? Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, so we are just waiting for the last couple stragglers to get in here. But we're going to get this party started here in just a moment. I'd like to start off with just introducing everybody to YouTube right now. If you are coming in off of our replay, we thank you for coming in here today. We're going to have some fun, exciting talk about other ways to sell besides lives. We're also going to talk about, well, I'll let Marissa introduce it here in just a little bit. But before we get this started, I just want to remind everybody that these YouTubes, when we are recording these, they are available for you to come back and watch for the replays, but to be sure that you're updated on all of the newest YouTubes that are out there, please be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, and also feel free to share this with your teammates. So make sure that your teammates are getting plugged into all of the trainings that are available out there. And we do have lots of them. And if you don't at least watch some of the trainings, get into a Zoom conference now and then, and at least, get some good fresh nuggets from there and be able to talk about your business. And let's talk about your struggles real quick. Let's start with a quick prayer. Dear Lord, I just ask that you allow us to open up our hearts and our minds and let us take in this training today, Lord. Let us implement it into our businesses and let us get all of the blessings in this business that are bestowed to us, Lord. And we just ask that you help us come together as a family and as a group and as a team to show that, that this is more than just $5 jewelry. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Miss Marissa, for being here today. So you have some nice things that we're going to talk about.
I am. Is everybody ready to learn how to make some more money?
Let's do this.
Because at the end of the day, right, we love jewelry, we love spreading hope, we love doing all those things, but we also like having money in our account to pay for groceries, to pay for gas in our car and things like that. So I'm going to pull you guys back and show you a few different things that you can do in order to make summer sales. And in turn, you're going to use this way more than just summer, but without being lives are not your only source of ways to sell. So I'm going to help you guys with some quick flat lay tips. Who you don't have to unmute if you don't want to. You can use the chat. Who saw how I did my set Sunday in my VIP group this weekend? There's no wrong or right answer. I'm just wondering who saw it. Or you can raise your hand, I guess, huh, Chris? They can raise their hand.
Yep. You can do that.
You already know that I did. I was the
I know Crystal did. We already talked about it. Okay, Miss Tony, Miss Melissa saw it. Okay, so what I did in my VIP group this weekend was I thought outside of the box. Yes, I can use stock photos. Yes, I can put two pieces together on a mannequin, but I thought outside of the box and I looked around. I wasn't in my bling room, so I looked around at things that I could use to put my jewelry on that didn't look normal, that didn't look like, oh, here goes Marissa posting another set Sunday, or I've already seen her show that set 3 times. So I used wood, little, like they're chunks of wood, right? Like a slice. I don't know what to call them. They probably have a name. I don't know what it is. And you don't have to go spend a bunch of money to buy those. Those weren't mine. They were Miss Tiffany Shelton's. Her husband just cut the wood for her. It just is literally a piece of wood. If you don't have the handy dandy thing, then They sell them at like Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, things like the for food. A lot of people who do plating and stuff like that use those for food. So use a prop, okay? Props make a huge difference. There we go. Yay, he screen shared it. See, Chris is so smart. So underneath it, it's just a cool little shag rug. This is Miss Tiffany's, but I'm going to tell you, I got my little shag rug for $5.99 at Grocery Outlet. Do you think that anybody knows that that's not a professional photo shoot? So what I did was I took that rug, put it down, and then placed the little platter of wood. And I took two pieces that, no, these are not, this Paparazzi didn't make this set, but Paparazzi did make this set because they make amazing jewelry that complements other basic jewelry. That same ring can go with 3 other necklaces. But putting pieces together like this, making it shine, there's no way you're not going to be able to sell this, guys. As long as you have the friends to back you, the customers, the VIP group, the business page, the personal page, whatever it is that you're posting it on, if you're putting it out there with props like these and changing settings, okay? So now we've got the props down. Let's talk about settings in your phone. Actually, I'm not going to take credit for this one. This was Miss Stacy Bennett and Sarah Marquez. We're just talking about changing the settings in your exposure. So depending on what kind of a phone you have, when you take the photo of the jewelry, and then I have an iPhone. So instead of doing to make a filter on it, you guys can change the exposure. You can just kind of play with the settings on your phone, whatever phone you have. It's high tech enough, I promise, unless it's a flip phone. And if it's a flip phone, you probably aren't watching me on Zoom, right? So you have a phone that is capable of making amazing pictures. You don't need to go spend a bunch of money to get a studio light and lighting and umbrellas and all of these props. You guys, you can do this without having to spend a bunch of money. So when you're in your settings on your phone, you're going to see exposure, brightness, contrast, shadows. Play with it. It doesn't mean you have to save it. You can just play with it and discard all the changes, but play with it to see what looks best. Try not to alter the color too much of the jewelry, because I noticed on one of mine yesterday, and I always tell you guys I'm honest when I mess up. So one of my customers actually thought the earring was blue and it was purple, but that's because I messed with the coloring too much. So be careful not to change the true color of the jewelry and just let it shine. But play with those settings today, guys. Make use out of what you have. If you do not have this prop that I'm talking about, you're sitting here like, yeah, well, that's great. If I could get a piece of wood, that would be wonderful. But look around your home. You're going to laugh at this, but I just told Andre that, remember when I had first started, I used my bathrobe. Nobody knew that was my bathrobe. Okay. But it was a pink plush background that I could lay some pieces down on. And I made enough money doing that to buy the props, to start investing in, those expensive business tools and things like that. But everyone has to start somewhere. Dollar Tree is amazing. Okay. Those white foam boards work great. That's what a lot of us are using now. Miss Crystal used them yesterday. Stacy uses them. I know that a lot of you guys use them, and it's $1. If you don't have a Dollar Tree next to you, I'm pretty sure Amazon can probably deliver you one at some point. But placing that white plain background is going to enhance your jewelry. They have no choice but to focus on the jewelry because that's all they see. Now, if you have,
unnamed 35-year-old man opened fire.
I'm not trying to cloth or a sheet or a blanket or things like that. You're taking away from the jewelry because you're giving them other things to look at. If they have a blank canvas, whether it's white, blue, pink. I mean, obviously white and black is going to be the best, but whatever it is, they can focus strictly on what you want them to focus on. So going to the dollar store and getting things like that, ring lights are going to be your best friend. They go in price from very, probably $10 you can get a ring light, up to hundreds of dollars. Yes, there's a difference. We can't all start at those. Is this the airport exit? Oh, is it, baby? Or is it? Sorry, we're traveling. Huh? I don't know. Did it say it? No, I don't think so. No, SAC International Airport. Sorry, guys. Multitasking to the airport. Sorry about that. No, you're fine. So we can't all start at a big top of the line ring light. So let's baby step it. Okay. For a long time, I used the free one that paparazzi had given. It was cracked. It was, I think it was like a 6-inch ring light. It was tiny, but I made it work because it was important. If you guys could stand behind me while I was doing these sets, it was hilarious because I'd hold the ring light, I'd put it up, I'd angle it. I've got my phone going the other way. I'm trying to make the best out of what I have. And because I did that, I now am able to buy the props. I'm able to buy the more expensive ring light. I'm able to get the traffic when I do set Sundays because I've put that in. I hope that you guys heard what I'm saying and implement it, because it's one thing to come to a Zoom and listen to all of this if you're on the Zoom or your replay, but it's really easy to do that and write a note but not implement it. So please, if you heard me, if an idea that I said sparked your interest, what I want you to do is implement it today. Don't say, oh, okay, I'm going to try that tomorrow. No, it's fresh in your home. Go out. Sliding is going to be your best friend. And do it today. Okay. I do have to get on an airplane. I'm at the airport right now, so I can't talk much, but I wanted to get all of that info to you guys. I feel like I vomited it out at you, but I hope that I made sense. And if anyone does have any questions, you can private message me or ask me, say, hey, how did this work or that work? Okay.
Yeah. And if all else fails, ask a teammate, ask your upline.
Yes.
There's more than just myself and Marissa and the other leaders that are in here.
Yeah.
We can all work with each other, and
Yes.
and that also goes to go with other ideas too, besides just going live, making sure you have a bling bag or getting hostess parties. Right now, if you're feeling the struggle, if you're feeling like maybe this season right now that you're in is a little slower than you'd like and you want to set pace, then by all means, I encourage you to try other routes and try other avenues. Set yourself a daily goal and then work those daily goals throughout all of your different ways that you can sell. You don't have to just go live to make this money. You can hit your messenger parties. You can send people to your website, and you can create host parties and set up host parties. And the funny thing is you can do every single one of these things all at the same time, all in the same day.
Yes.
You don't have to be limited, and so don't limit yourself. And if you are limiting yourself, then that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to hit those limits, and you're not going to be able to get over them. Look,
Yes.
Right now is the time for you to, instead of struggle, for you to work these other systems in these other ways and pull it together in a different way that's going to bring you through this season. But by slowing down or giving up hope, or even putting the brakes to it and thinking, okay, well, you know what, I'm just going to wait until it gets a little bit better. Well, you know what, your customers aren't. They're going to go everywhere else, and you're going to come back to wishing that customer was still shopping from you and surprised that they're shopping from somebody else.
He's absolutely right. And I've learned that lesson the hard way. So never let your foot off of the gas. If you do, it's okay. Let it throttle, but never hit the brake. Okay. No braking. We don't brake.
For sure. So thank you so much, Marissa, for your little nuggets today, and
You're welcome.
hopefully we can all come together and get through this season without seeing too much struggle, because I'm going to tell you this much right now. What me and Marissa share with you guys and what we tell you guys, we're telling you this from experience, because even though some of our numbers are lower than they normally are right now in this moment in the season, we don't feel it like some others are feeling it, because we are implementing the tools, because Sarah is going live every day like she says she was, because Marissa's working her work the way she does hers, and stepping outside of those boxes, and being able to continue to work our businesses in different ways is only going to increase our numbers. It's not going to lower them. So definitely, hopefully that sends a little bit of a spark in your spine, and gets you realizing that, what, if I'm seeing lower numbers, it's because I just need to step it up a little. I need to change it around a little bit.
Your kids are going to sleep, and I'll make you stand right here on the sidewalk.
Have a good night, Miss Marissa, and travel safely.
Yes,
I'm not
be
even
safe.
sure. I'm not even sure where you're going or what you're doing, but I can't keep up if I tried. So
Where in the world is Marissa Clark?
there you go. There you go. It's like Carmen Santiago.
Yep.
All right. So Tony, you have your hand up still. Did you is that because Marissa had asked you to have your hand up, or did you have something that you wanted to speak on? I don't expect that you want to speak, because typically you're quiet and you chat. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand, and if you need to re-raise it, then I will. Okay, no problem. So, is there anybody that has something that they would like to add as far as what Marissa has shown and been talking about? No, not really.
I don't think it's really
Well,
anything to add. Just that $1 phone board really does help. That's all I use with the ring light, and you can make some really nice set pieces that you wouldn't normally put together. Sew it together anyway. And then I don't know if anybody saw Angie's post from yesterday, but she actually downloaded a picture from Shein and put jewelry with that outfit, which I thought was really, really cool.
right. Some of the things that I see that I like a lot too is when somebody takes like an outfit. Remember, like when you're going to school, how your mom would like throw your shoes and your socks, your pants and your shirt, and they put it all together and like lay it out for you, kind of thing, right? But I've seen people do that, like say on their bed or on the couch or something like that, and they actually like they put the shoes with the pants and the shirt, and then the necklace is like laid across the shirt, and the bracelets there, and earrings of like setting up the whole set, kind of like you would if you're playing Barbie. I think that those pictures often look really cool too, being able to change a wardrobe. And what I've seen that's really cool is I really like the this or that when somebody does that with two different outfits. So they put like a shirt and a pair of pants, and then like maybe another shirt and a pair of shorts, and they use the exact same jewelry on both pictures, but like, which one did you like better, this one or that one? So that's another good way to do that. And then if they like claim, oh, I like that one better than this one, so well, it's the same jewelry either way. You want to claim it? Either way, just like having fun ways to being able to show your jewelry is always fun. Real quick though, I want to say hello to Lydia, because it's been a while since you've been here.
Hi.
I'm glad you got a phone working and that you're back to Zoom with us.
Yeah. Anyway, does anyone want to see the baby?
I would love to see the baby. We haven't got to see the baby yet. Oh, My goodness.
Oh,
Oh, and what did you name her?
Danny.
So, I'm sorry, say it again.
Danny. It's a boy.
Oh, okay.
No.
A little guy. How cool. So are you
Yeah.
back to getting ready to start your paparazzi back up, or?
I have been posting in my group. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do live feeds. I'm still trying to get them on a good schedule for that.
Got you. Got you. Okay.
So far,
Well,
it looks like it's gonna have to be at nights because he has been sleeping more at night.
hey, trust me, there are a lot of people out there at night that will shop from you. Just whatever you decide to do, I would just
Mhm.
recommend you do it consistently. So if you choose to do 8 o'clock at night, make sure you're there 8 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? And let people know. Um,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's good to have the little guy there for a minute or two and then put him down. If for some reason he gets a little fussy or needs mama for a minute, you can still keep him close by. That's the beauty of working this business. And then of course you have all of these wonderful ladies that are in here that are all been mothers or grandmothers or both. Feel free to reach out to your fellow motherhood here. And I'm sure they can give you some ideas on how to work your business while being a mom at the same time.
Yeah, because I've been trying to figure that out because I'm like, well, I got him down pretty good, but I gotta get this going again, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now's the perfect time to make things happen. So we're here to help you out with that.
Yeah, because right now we're just posting the jury pictures, no one's biting, so I'm like, ah. So I haven't been able to get active.
Oh yeah. Well, and you know what? You know that it only takes selling 15 pieces for you to be able to get enough money in to get active. And
Yeah,
there's
I know. And I got a bunch of inventory in the cupboard in my desk.
there you
So,
go.
But no one biting, it's like, what? Oh, this is just sitting here.
Well, maybe it wouldn't hurt to do a couple of those speed lives. You know what a speed live is, right?
Not right offhand.
Okay, well, a speed live is where you basically lay pieces of jewelry out in a really nice area with real good lighting. Outside is often fun for that too. So if you put the little guy in a stroller or whatever, you can take him outside and then you lay some jewelry out somewhere, and put a number to each piece of jewelry and then just pan your camera across it while you give it a quick description. You don't have to have your face on camera. You don't have to do anything, and you can just show the pieces. You can even lay them on the baby blanket with the baby around the baby, and just scroll over them with your camera. And if you need advice on how to make any of that happen, I'm sure anybody in here will give you some quick pointers and help you out with doing that. They're really easy to do, but yeah, I would love to see if you can get active by the end of the month. That would be great.
Yeah, I've been trying to for the past couple months. That's for sure.
Okay, well, maybe we can even set you up with somebody. Who is your team lead? Is Nisi, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we might be able to hook you up with somebody that can maybe put you under their wing for a minute and help you get out there and get started again.
That would probably help.
Yeah, I don't think you ever really got a really big start. I know Nisi's kind of new in it too. And she's been having some struggles, so I'm not sure how much help you guys have been able to give each other, but maybe we might need to find somebody outside of the box a little bit to work with you.
Yeah, that would probably help because I know I was in the beginning, I was able to sell like a handful of pieces, but since then it's been like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll make a post and see if I can get a couple of people that are willing to work with you a little bit, as long as you're willing to put the time in, and you don't, because I don't want to put somebody in to help you out, and the next thing you know, you don't do anything, and then they're wasting their time trying to help you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
I get what you're saying.
yeah, so I will try to put that together now. I've got a couple people in mind right now that I think you could probably there's another gal that had a baby not too long ago, and I bet you guys can really bounce some good ideas off of each other. So I might put you two together.
Okay.
So we'll work on that after the Zoom conference, and later on this afternoon, I'll probably end up getting with you and them and trying to put you guys together. If anybody that's in here right now volunteers and they want to work with her at all, feel free to reach out. It's definitely appreciated. So we want to talk about other ways to sell besides going live, okay? Because going live, we all know that's like, that could be the bread and butter in this business. But at the same time, this business wasn't built on lives. So it can be done in a major, a plethora of different ways, right? So one of those ways is, like Marissa said, using these photos, using your VIP groups and your personal or your business pages, and putting these posts out there for people to claim, using your storyboards. Guys, don't forget your stories, and don't forget that your stories, your storyboards, your pages, all of these things can be typically linked to your Instagram if you have an Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, I really truly encourage you to get one going. I know that Sarah has an Instagram somewhere here, and I'm gonna have to find out access to it and link it all up for ourselves so that we can use it. But I know that I'm missing out on the boat with the Instagram because we don't implement it into our social media as much as we should. And because of that, I know that we're already limiting our numbers to mostly our Facebook friends and family out there. And yeah, of course, that's, enough to keep us going. We all want more, right? So, that's another way to do it right there. Hit those Instagrams and get the Instagrams linked up to your Facebooks. And why not kill two birds with one stone is all I'm saying. Also, bling bags. If you don't have a bling bag, that's a great way to be able to spark up that extra jewelry. And Lydia, to be perfectly honest with you, once you can get yourself active again, that might be something that you might want to look into, letting your business like sell a little bit of your jewelry so that you can get enough money coming into your business so that you can use the money coming into your business to buy you a bling bag. And then once you have the bling bag and you start building your jewelry and putting your jewelry in it, that's a great way for you to be able to use that bling bag as kind of like a diaper bag, so to speak. You can put a couple extra diapers and your bottles and a couple things in there, but you can also keep a bag of jewelry in there as well, right? And so that way you can always be prepared and have things to sell on the go. When you need to go take the baby to the doctor's appointment, or whether you're just going to the park with the baby, it allows you to have that jewelry on hand so you can show and sell and tell other mothers what you do and how you make your money. First thing we got to do, though, is get you making that money, right? That's the important step.
Yeah.
Okay. So just know that it's available to you, but you're going to have to be the one to peddle it. You've got to show, you've got to be the vessel that shows everybody this beautiful jewelry that you have. They're not going to just come to you and say, "Hey, Lydia, I hear you have a drawer full of jewelry. Why don't you show it to me?" You're going to have to show people that, "Hey, look at this jewelry that I have." And get that jewelry sold one way or another through your storyboards or your visions or your pictures, your graphics, things of that nature. Another great thing for you, Lydia, would be to even talk to like people that you know locally and ask them, hey, would it be okay if maybe we set up a party? I'd love to bring some of my jewelry over to your house and show you and your family or your friends some great ways to wear some of our jewelry, or to be able to have a little party together, get some host parties going, because host parties, those are fun. People always invite other people, and then you can grow your viewer base just out of the people that you meet through those host parties. This jewelry, a lot of people don't know that this jewelry even exists. And if they do, it's kind of those things that's like out of sight, out of mind, right? But once you put it in their sites, and they're able to shop it, it's a lot easier to buy if you know that somebody right here and right now has some available, right? It's one of those spur of the moment kind of things. Now it's addictive and a lot of times too, and it's one of those things that everybody's like, kind of like Pokemon, you got to have them all, right? But first you've got to be able to wet their whistle and get them interested and addicted by showing them some of this amazing bling, almost kind of like a drug dealer would, right? Sometimes you got to give out that free sample, get them hooked, and then next thing you know, they're coming back to you, fiending for the next beautiful piece of new bling. So with that being said, does anybody have anything that they would like to add to that, or any questions? Any thoughts? Feel free to open mic and speak to us. Hello, Kara. How are you today? Hello, Miss Dawn. How are you?
Good morning, guys. And if Lydia wants some help, I can definitely help her. What I'm doing right now and implementing with my team is the 30-day boot camp with Andrea Hutchinson. So I'm doing it. I'm posting it on my team page. So I can just send it to a messenger, and that'll help her, do something, remind you to do something every single day.
Do you hear that, Lydia?
Yeah.
So if you would like to take Dawn up on that, that would be something that might be helpful to you.
Yeah. That I definitely would do that.
And then also, for anybody that just heard what she had said she was doing, the 30-day boot camp by Andrea Hutchinson. Dawn, you want to explain that a little bit?
Sorry, yes. So she, Andrea, it's a public group, and she also has a page. You guys can go join it, and you can start and finish these 30 days how you like, but obviously every single day it's kind of moving your business forward, because it's working off the day you did before, especially with the algorithms that we try so hard to do. She also has a DMOs, which is the daily method of operations. So it's just something to do every day, like recommending contacting 3 people a day, friending 3 people a day. Something is just as simple as that, but it's in front of your face and it reminds you to do it every day. Because I know with children or people that have a mind job, it's really hard. Once you're tired, you're at the end of the night, you're in bed, you're like, oh crap, I didn't do anything. It's very easy to do, and having this in front of you is extremely helpful.
Okay.
Right. And so you've already got your a daily mode or method of operation set up for you in your business now?
So I've tried to implement it for a year, but I always fall off the wagon. But now I'm making myself do it, and I am posting every single day in my team page, and I'm showing them that I'm doing it. So I'm in the comments too, showing my work. So that will also encourage them to do their work.
Very good, very good. And I know that Marissa and I just talked about this last night. This 30-day boot camp is something that has been out there for quite some time, right? And there was a time, probably about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, I would say, that no, it had to have been about a year ago. Marissa, as well as myself and a few of the other teammates, all at the same time, decided to do it together. Now, the good thing about this boot camp is it can be done at any time. Like, you could start it today, or you can restart it tomorrow. It doesn't have to have a time restriction on it. But when we did it as a group, as a team, it was kind of cool because we were able to help keep each other accountable. There was a chat group established where we were able to share our daily events and make sure that we all were doing them and keeping up to them. Because let me tell you, this 30-day boot camp is a boot camp. There is no doubt that it could be a struggle for you. There's no doubt that you're probably going to want to quit on certain times. There's going to be those days you're going to be like, whoa, this is just way too much. I can't handle it all. But let me tell you something. If you can tough your way through it and you can do the best that you can do at it for the whole 30 days, I guarantee you that it will change your business. And then at that point, if you redid that 30 days again and did it even better than you did the last time, it will continue to get better and better and better. And I know that there are teams that literally do it every month. Like from the very first day of the month to the last day of the month. And the first day they start over again to the last day of the month. And they just continue. They do the 30-day boot camp every single month, back to back to back. And they only get better and better as they go.
Exactly.
So
momentum on top of momentum.
Yes, right. And have you done this 30-day boot camp before, Dawn?
Like I said, I tried for a couple days, but I always fell off the wagon because I got busy. I got 2 toddlers, and it's you get busy during the day trying to clean up the house and do all that sort of thing. So that's why this time I'm on day, oh my god, I'm doing it right now. Day 3. I'm only on day 3, and to be honest, I missed yesterday. I don't know how I did that. I just missed it, but that's okay. I still posted. I still did all my stuff, but I'm like, okay, well, I only missed 1 day. That's fine. I'm gonna start. Today is a new day, and I'm gonna continue.
Right. Yep. That's all you can do. And so I'm talking to Marissa, and we're talking about wanting to do one as like a huge group thing for everybody. And we wanted to start it like on the 1st of the month, like say August 1st. But to be honest, I think that's probably a really bad time for a lot of people because there's going to be some that are going to be missing and gone for a convention for a few days.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd hate to get started into something that early, but so we're thinking about probably sometime right in the middle of the month, or like probably like August 10th, around that time. So what I want to say with this though is that since the 10th is almost a month away, right? I would encourage you guys to maybe even get with Dawn if Dawn's working with a group of people that are doing it all at the same time. Maybe she can get you plugged into it. And if anybody is interested in doing that 30-day boot camp now, it could only be practice. You can, even if it was just practice, even if you went in there and just saw what had to be done every day and not necessarily, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here, Dawn. So,
well, then you won't be so scared to do it, to actually do it. You're kind of seeing what's going on. You're like, that's easy. I can totally do that. And it's kind of like a New Year's resolution. You don't have to start it on January 1st. You can start it in the middle of the month. You can start it at any day and any time.
Okay. And apparently, Tony, who is in here as well, she doesn't have a microphone. But she says that she's been doing the 30-day boot camp too. So if you need some help, she can help out as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so good stuff there. I appreciate that extra help. So thank you so much, Dawn. And you have a team, right? So do you have any of your teammates that are doing it with you?
Sorry guys, baby's crying because he doesn't want to change his clothes. But so I am posting it, I'm tagging everybody, and if they want to do it, they can do it. I have people that are looking at it, and I do have a few people that, you know, they are active doing their thing, but like you said, as long as if you see it, then you'll know it's out there. And especially, you know, I can tell them this works, you guys. You know, I don't want you complaining if you're not doing the work.
Right. Right. And you know, so right now with it being the middle of July, look, here's something that I want everybody to consider right now. And I don't mean this in any kind of negative way at all, because some people may misconstrue it that way. But right now, in this season and this time for the middle of July, we're having a completely different circumstance than we did a year ago. A year ago in July, things were hopping and popping because COVID was 6 months into it. You know, people had everything had changed. Most people were being quarantined and were not able to work. So there were a lot more people at home, right? And I think what's happening this year and this season is that there's a lot of those same people now that are not only back to work, but they're also back to being able to go to the lake, and they're able to go camping, and they're able to spend their weekends away, and they're able to spend their summers in vacation. And they're able to do the things that they normally do, right? So since everybody's not at home like they were actively a year ago, right now you're probably feeling a little bit of that hit of, you know, everybody being busy and they're not necessarily watching your lives like they were. Maybe your numbers have dropped down just a little bit. Maybe your sales have dropped down just a little bit. Maybe they've even dropped down drastically. The thing that you got to realize right now, though, is that people are out and about. And so you've got to seek those people, right? Go out and about as well, you know, meet people, talk to people, get into host parties, get into events. You know, the event tables are open now in a lot of different places. Get into an event booth if you'd like to. You know, and again, even though live is the one of the best ways to go live, if that's your struggle right now, use all of these other methods, use all of these other tools. But these daily method of operations and the 30-day boot camp is definitely something that's going to expand your horizons. It's going to make you think outside of the box, and it's going to have you do things that is going to help your business, because it's going to have you improve your networking. It's going to have you improve your daily habits. It's going to give you that extra something that you can help carry you through this season. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Chris, exactly how do I find events to be able to get a table and set up? Exactly.
Well, what I would do is you can even just go on Facebook, and you could type up local events, local vendor events, craft events, you know, any of those type search engines in your Facebook thing, and then look for something that's local to you. Dawn, do you have something that you can help her with that?
I do. So what I did is you look at places that are advertising, that are having vendor events, and you can go to their website, and sometimes they have places where you can apply to be a vendor.
Okay, does it usually cost something just to get a table?
It usually does. It's not free for the most part, but a lot of times there's events at parks. Typically, sometimes they have their own business page. You can go follow the people that set it up, Lydia, where are you? Where do you live?
Bay City, Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. So also what I'm in is a Northern California vendor event Facebook group. So find a Facebook group. There's groups for everything, I promise.
Okay. Because I have been thinking about trying to do events, but I just have a hard time finding where to look.
So also what works is a yard sale, because I got a 2 and a 4-year-old girl. I did vendor events. I love it, but I can't. I just can't drag my kids around. I don't have no one to watch my kids. So like a neighborhood yard sale.
Yeah, are you seeing Tony is in the chat right now? She's chatting in there because she doesn't have the mic, of course. But that's what she's saying too. If you live in a hot spot, do a yard sale. You know,
Well,
or
I live in a low
busy
income
area. You can put up some like poster board signs that say that you do paparazzi.
Girl, don't take low income as not having money to buy jewelry. I promise you. I promise you. Set up, sit out there, have your friends, have people, have your neighbors come out and check it out. Even if they can't buy it, they might have somebody that wants to buy it. And even if they can't buy it now, they're going to want to buy it later because to buy something.
So what you're saying is grab a lawn chair and a table and just set everything out.
Go for it. Take your baby outside, hang out outside, girl. Make sure you got a business card so they know where to find you.
I don't have business cards yet.
Okay. Chris obviously has a really great deal, but the other thing to do is I love Canva. I made my own business card and I printed it on cardstock paper. So sorry, I'm trying to get my kids in my car.
That's okay. I can hear you being mama right now.
Shh, stop yelling at me. Yeah, I don't have any.
What's up, Danny?
Can you give me a line?
But definitely go out there and show the jewelry. Everyone's gonna love it, and for $5, you guys, everybody's gonna even love it more.
Mom, can I have a line, Pop?
Well, yeah, $5 can't really beat that.
Exactly. I mean, that's why. It's crazy.
Lydia, do you live in a house or apartment?
I live in Baytown. It's basically a big house that is divided into several sections for people to live in, and there's like rows upon rows.
Chase, I don't have a lollipop right now. You have to wait.
Yeah, I really like that idea of being able to even just set up yourself a little table. And if you're in an area that you can get any kind of foot traffic, man, that's always a big plus, you know. And one thing that I want to tell you too is I don't know what your jewelry looks like as far as what your inventory you have. You may still be working with mostly just the basic kit, right?
No, I have quite a few boxes.
Oh, good.
I can show you real quick because I got quite a buildup going on in my little cubby here.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. So, I was going somewhere with that.
Yeah, I got this box, and then those boxes back there.
Okay, good. So you do have a good amount of jewelry.
Yes.
So what you could do also is, of course, we need to get you active, right? So
yes.
To get some of these sales right away, I would encourage you doing some of the things that you've heard of just recently. You know, Dawn and them can help you out with getting some posts put up, but get some posts out there, get some people out there checking out your website, right? Reach out to those people and be like that you know personally. You know, reach out to them and just say, hey, you guys, you know, as a brand new mommy, I'm trying to get my business started, and I can really use any help you know, some extra support. If you wouldn't mind going to my website and please helping me out by making a $15 order. All of my stuff is 100% nickel and lead free. And it makes great gifts at $5 a piece. Feel free to, pleasure yourself or a friend, and make an
Yeah.
order through me. You can do something of that nature. But also, if you are in one of the trading groups and you
Mhm.
have pieces of jewelry that you'd like to trade, if you don't have a lot of kids' pieces, what I would recommend, because you are a mommy,
I don't
is
have any kids pieces actually.
so what you might want to do is you might want to go to one of those trade groups and offer to do a trade for kids' pieces. That you have adult pieces that you are up for available to trade for some kids' pieces. And that way, so once you get a collection of some kids' pieces, then take a bag of kids' pieces with you everywhere you go, everywhere you and the baby go. And when you see other mommies that have cute little daughters or, little toddlers, little girls running around playing, you can give them a cute little piece of kids' jewelry as a little extra, hello, here's a little gift from me. Here's my business card or a way for you to contact me. If you ever would like mommy jewelry or kids' jewelry, reach out to me. It's a cheap, easy way to advertise your business.
Okay. Yeah, because right
Donnie,
now I have all adult pieces. I haven't been able to get kids pieces.
yeah, well, and kids' pieces right now isn't something that I necessarily want you to go buy into because you don't get PV for that. Right now, you need PV.
Mhm.
But so that's why I'm saying I would get into one of the trade groups and, you know, see if you could spark up a trade with somebody.
Yeah. Alright.
Um,
I'll
and
probably
then Tony says here too, if you have a printer, you can print some off to get you started. I think she's talking about business cards.
I
Um,
do have a printer. I just gotta have my boyfriend Nick hook it up so that I can use it.
Okay, another thing you can do is there's a free service. You might want to get a pen and paper, or if you can remember this, but there's a free service. I believe it's called tree.link.com, but tree link, like an actual tree, and then
Mhm.
link like a different links that you would click. If you go to treelink.com and you set up a profile there, you can literally put your website address on there. You can put your VIP group on there. You can put your Facebook profile on there. There's all kinds of different things that you can put onto the tree link. And then basically you can give that one link out to anybody and they should be able to contact you. So you can just tell them, easily, hey, find me on treelink.com slash, Lydia Mom or whatever. And
Mhm.
they could find you and all of your information on there. So that might help you get a little bit of
Yeah,
traction
I've been
as
making sure
well.
that whenever I make a post, I throw my link in there. That way, if they want to look at other pieces other than what I'm showing, they can.
Yep, good stuff. Good
Like,
stuff.
I always do that.
And another thing too, if you have get yourself a blink bag or gosh, there's just so many ways to sell this, Lydia, that literally like they're saying, just even setting up a little table and chairs outside with some of the jewelry, while you're sitting out there for any foot traffic that's going by to pick anything up or see anything. It would be so easy for you to turn your camera around and just go live at the same time. I'd be like, hey everybody, I'm sitting out in front of my house right now. It's a beautiful day. Look at all of this beautiful jewelry that I have. If anybody's interested in claiming any of these things, they're available. And
Yes.
just be live right then and there, and have the baby and show some of the picture pieces, and just talk and have fun. And just enjoy your business while you're enjoying your life as a mom.
Yeah. I'd have to look around the house to see if I got a table I can set up out there, because I know we got a kitchen table that's pretty small, but I don't really want to drag that down there. I just gotta see what I can do to, like, maybe do a makeshift table, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
even
and
if
then
it, even if it
also
means I
Tony
gotta
asked
throw a
in the
box
chat.
upside down.
Tony says in the chat too, does your apartment or have an office that you can go and show some pieces to see if they want to buy? And that's always kind of cool too, if you can work with an apartment manager or something that will allow you to put a few pieces out there and say, hey, you know, these are available. If you've got a good friend that you're really good friends with, that you work, I don't know, somebody that you could feed off of, you know, that they could come over to your house and they could do a live show with you. Now, because you're the consultant, you have to be on camera, okay? But you can
Okay.
have somebody else there too, and they can be on camera or not. But having somebody else there may make it a little bit easier for you to be able to show some pieces, or even have a friend to talk to while you're doing it. And not only that, but it may be fun for your friend. Your friend may end up deciding that they want to do this too.
Ah, I see.
So I think those are a lot of good tips and tricks that'll get you started again. Hopefully you can get back into the swing of things and you know,
Yeah.
get that extra little boost going. Because I really, you know, I know that you are a new mom and that you do need to make this money and that you do want to make this business work. Just know that you are going to have to put a couple, I'd say at least an hour or two into it, at least every day, if not every other day, so that you can get some momentum going. You need to get viewers and you need to get consistency so that people know that you're serious about this.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Like,
I
I've been
know,
making
and
sure
you
that.
know, one of the advantages here is that you are young. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
you're gonna adapt to this real nice and easy. But if you take it as like this is the job, this is your work, this is what you know, do you want to go work at McDonald's, or do you want to be able to make the same, if not more money at home, doing a lot less work and a lot less time? Like, you can make this happen for you if you do the work. And the
Mhm.
work's going to mean that when the baby's sleeping, maybe you might need to put in that extra time, and you may need to reach out to some of your paparazzi family, and some of your sisterhood in here, and say, hey, the baby's down for a few minutes and I got some time. Can somebody help me with this, or can somebody help me with that? You know, we are all here to help each other. So we want
Mhm.
to see you make this work.
Yeah. Um. I don't know if anybody's seen on my Facebook, but I was in the hospital last night.
But what?
I was in the hospital last night.
Oh, I'm sorry. You okay?
I still been bleeding after having my son, so I really wasn't feeling good from it.
Yeah, it does. So Tony says that she's got to go. Or Dawn says, I'm sorry. Dawn says that she's got to go to a doctor's appointment. So Lydia, PM her. Okay.
I
You know
will
how to.
make sure of it.
Do you know how to reach out to her?
I should be able to find her if she's on Facebook.
Yeah. And if you need help, just reach out to me and I'll link you to her profile.
That would probably help too, because I don't think she's on my Facebook.
Okay. I'll link you to her.
Alright.
Kara, are you here, Kara?
I am. I'm just multitasking over here.
Oh, good. Well, I hadn't heard from you yet, so I was just curious if you've been able to listen in on any of the conversation, and if you have any tidbits, nuggets, or any struggles that you'd like to talk about.
I struggle with consistency, but I run a daycare during the day, so that's that explains itself with 5 kids here today. But the thing is, if you can't like go live a lot, which I can't during the day, I mean, I could, but I don't want to because I have other people's kids here, is at least like I'm working on orders. So at least post in a VIP group. If you don't have a VIP group, make one. It's easier to get people to see things instead of a business page, because business pages are a whole other nemesis in themselves. I have 3 of them, and it just but your group, you can interact with people more, and you can do that, and you can post all that inventory that you have like in your boxes and stuff. You can post it in there. I started by like doing it by category. Now I do it by color. And I'm trying to switch it all over to color because that seems to work best. But a VIP group, even if you work that 1 to 2 hours a day or even an hour, if you can't, do a half hour, and then that seems to get momentum going. That's what I've learned. I just have to get back into doing it every single day. That's what I'm bad with, because I have a daycare, and now my daughter cheerleading is starting, and she's high school cheer, so it's all the time, every day. And then but I've started to a half hour, because what you put into it, you'll get out of it. I'm a firm believer in that. So if you are struggling with going live or don't have a place to go live, create a VIP group, put all your inventory in there. It's time consuming, but do what you can, and then go from there and highlight those pieces. You can put sets together, you can do stuff. That's what I started to do when I couldn't go live a lot. So that's just, my struggle is just doing it every day.
Yeah.
Because when you got kids in sports, and then I have kids here all day, 12 hours a day. Like today, I have 5.
Right.
So I was making my breakfast, and I had my laptop like super loud so I could hear what you guys are saying, because I have to multitask. You just have to. You have to, and you'll learn that too as you get, especially if you're a new parent and you're rolling with it. You'll learn that you have like 8 arms and 5 ears, and you multitask. But if you put a little bit into it, you'll get a lot out of it.
And one of the great things about Facebook groups is that you can schedule posts.
Right.
So that means that you can lay there at night while the baby's finally sleeping, and you're laying in bed watching your TV shows and catching up on your day. You can literally make posts that can go out tomorrow or the next day or the next day. You can even post a lot of interactive chat things that are like, hey, what are you wearing today kind of things, or, how do you like your bacon, whatever. Being interactive in your group page and on your wall is going to be key to that. And so slow your roll when you're on Facebook. Instead of just scrolling and liking and this, that, and the other, comment for a purpose. Have a purpose when you're on your Facebook, and that purpose is to meet people, talk to people, get to know people, and let people get to know you. Because the more they know you, the more they see you on Facebook, the more they are interacting with you, the more they're going to see anything that you're doing, whether it's selling jewelry or making funny posts or whatever it is that you're doing. You're totally in charge of that. So when you do have that downtime and you do have that available time, scheduling those posts in the VIP group, as well as working your page and your wall, those are the key things right there.
Yeah, you can make collages, like making collages of pieces, like the this or that. Like Pinterest has a lot of Facebook group posting ideas, a ton. And it doesn't even, it could be for a different product, but you just switch it to ours. But you could make collages for something in the morning and then schedule your posts at night. Like when you have a few free minutes, okay, I'm gonna create 3 things or 3 posts and then do it later. Or if you think of something, like I have notes, I have an iPhone. So when I think of stuff, it's random. I could be driving somewhere. It'll be the gas station. I'll be at the grocery store because I'm, I feel like I'm ADHD. But then I just put it in my notes and then I go back to it because I'll never remember because I got 50 million things going on with 50 million kids. So, and that's a good way too, is to utilize the note feature. So anytime you think of something business-wise, you pop it in your notes and then you look at it even later that night, a day later, at least it's there. And then you won't forget. Or if you see something on your phone while you're out that somebody else has done, screenshot it or again, put it in your notes, because then that way those tools helps. It's just especially like new parents. Like I'm a veteran parent. I got adults with a daughter-in-law. You'll learn how to manage your day. Some days are better than others, but you'll learn how to carve out small pieces of time to do all the things that you need to do.
Right.
Yes. Some days I'm like, you think about it and then it's like squirrel and you have to do something else. So like this morning, I'm like, okay, I have boxes of inventory here that I have to get, like I log them in, I check them on the sheet, I log them in, and then I go in my VIP group, whoever's claimed them in my first dibs album, pull all those, put them in their bins and do that. But I've been sitting on it for like 3 days. And I'm just like, this morning, I'm like, I have to get it done. Daily affirmations too will help you. If you get up and you say like 3 or 4 of them, that helps too. Set your mindset, and then it's everything out. I just have to be consistent, but fall is my very, very busy time because I also shoot professional sports. So we got NFL finally is coming. So I work 7 hours a day, probably 16 hours straight with paparazzi and everything. So pray for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad that you came in and had the extra time to hang in on our Zoom today. And I
keep seeing it, and I'm like, I need to join the Zoom today because I was saying this morning, I have to get back on track. I have to do this stuff. So even if I can't like interact all the time, I turned up my laptop all the way. I have a small house, so I could hear it when I was walking around folding towels, getting kids done. I could still hear it, and I was tuned into what everybody was saying, but I still had to do other stuff.
Right. Well, and these things do, we record them often, not everyone, but typically the majority of them we do record. And then they're also available on the YouTube channel. So at any time you feel you want to go see a replay or you want to touch bases on something, every one of them is, gosh, they're all entertaining to me. I go back and I listen to them every once in a while just to refresh and touch bases, and it's kind of interesting to see how much conversation we really have at these Zoom conferences.
Well, right. And you can always, if you're like I used to tell my teammates and other people, like if you're struggling, ask the question in like Elite Blingers or even Kim Howard's group, like ask the question, hey, what do you do about this? I don't think any question is a stupid question, especially if it's newer people that might not. I mean, you can look at the announcements, but if you're looking for help or what did you do about this? Everybody, for the most part, is great to be like, well, this is what I do, and this is what I do. And then you get different ideas of what everybody does to help with any kind of situation, because we've all been through it. We all, are busy. We all have stuff going on. And I think reaching out in the group too gives you a good insight as to what other people are going through and how they're handling it within their business.
And expect to have those days that you're nervous or that you're not sure how you're going to pull it off that day, or even you don't even know where to start. You're not the only one. You're doing something right now that most people don't do in a form of work. Okay, look, Lydia, they're taken to school and they're educated and they're taught to do what other people teach them to do, right? And you're being brought into becoming an employee from the start, right? Nobody ever teaches you how to be independent of yourself from the days that from just starting from young and going to school. People don't teach you how to become independent or become an entrepreneur or how to make your own money and be your own boss. Nobody teaches you those things because everybody expects that to make money nowadays, you're going to be working for somebody somewhere, right? And so That's why you have these people that are going to school for doctors, these people that are going for school for different trades, because typically that is the way to make money. But if you're moldable right now and you start following some of the things that we're teaching you, you at a young age can make more money than somebody that's been going to school for several years to learn a certain type of a job.
Yep.
Like if I could go back to the age that you are now and learn what I know now, oh my gosh, you know what? So everything that we're teaching you here.
I'm 44 and I say the same thing, and I tell I have one who's in the military, who's in the Navy, who actually deploys while we're at the convention. So I'll be the one crying in the ballroom. And
oh well,
I know, on the 4th. So they leave from San Diego. And then I have one who's married and stuff. And I try to tell them the same thing. Like, if I knew what this, you'll get through it. You will. We've all had to learn how to balance our business. I've been an entrepreneur since 2009 when I opened my childcare. We have to do classes, and that's a whole different thing, but nobody taught me how to market. Nobody taught me how to do my website. Nobody taught me how to do all those things. You just kind of learn it, and that's how I did it. But don't be afraid to fail. Do not, because failing is winning. If you've ever listened to Tony Robbins, if you've ever listened to any of those guys, failing is winning. Even Taylor Kirby will tell you some of that stuff, and he's,
yep.
way up the chain in paparazzi. Like, don't be afraid. If something doesn't work, that's fine. Try something else. Never be embarrassed if it doesn't work. Talk about it. Share your story, because you never know if it's going to help. If it's going to help someone else. And I know the new mom struggle, so I feel you. I feel you there, but it's all a season, and you'll all get past it. You just, if you can't do even 30 minutes a day, do a couple things, what you can, and then go from there. I keep a daily paparazzi journal. I have a notebook, like just a 50-cent notebook from Walmart. At the top of it, every day I write the date and 3 things that I'm going to do. Some days, honestly, I might only get 2 done, because again, I have a daycare and it's crazy here. Or I get 5 or 6 done, and I write the extra in. And then I put how many people I have in my VIP group, how many people follow my business page. And then, like, if there's any claims that day, like, I have it kind of sectioned out. I probably should take a picture. And then I kind of see, and then the next day, and then or I'll write like what I want to accomplish, or just like an inspirational quote. And then the next morning I'll turn it, and I'll get up and I'll write the next day. Some days are bare, some days are full. That's just how it is in business. But then I can go back and see what days I did. I do the same thing on lives. I have the notebook and I put the live on there. But don't ever think that if you're not doing something, or, oh, I'm not trying hard enough. You are if you're doing something. And then just don't compare yourself to other people's journeys. Like, yep. So like a lot of people compare themselves with life of the party. No, that's don't. Let, they're in a different spot in their journey, and let them, I would say, go on the road to wherever, diamond or platinum, or, wherever they are. If I'm at bronze, that's okay. It's
right.
Not, and you'll get there. And I think a lot of people get caught up in, oh my God, they're doing this, and oh my God, they're doing that. Well, they're just in a different part in their journey, on their road. I would say on their road to the kingdom.
And at the same time, though, I do want to say that knowing where they are on their journey and being able to see them as an influence,
right?
Some of these people that are hitting those ranks and those achievements, and not that they're necessarily competing with you in any way, but if you see that those people are the same people that are going live, that are working their business pages, that are working their VIP groups,
right,
and they're hitting those ranks and achievements, it leads to that good example for you. So
exactly. You see that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people, they compare themselves. Oh my God, I'm not there. They don't look at it as like, wow, that's what they're doing to get there. I need to do something similar if I want to get there.
Right.
I think they look at it as, oh, woe is me, instead of, oh, turn it around. Like I always tell everybody, read The Secret or watch The Secret on Netflix. It will change your life. It will change your outlook on how you think about it. Because, we all have pity parties. Who doesn't every once in a while? you know. But if you start changing your mindset, The Secret is a huge. I tell everybody to read the book or watch it. If you can't read, which kids, it's kind of impossible, to put it on Netflix. It just changes from why me. The Secret. It changes from like why me to I can do this. I am nothing negative. It changes your mind, changes your whole mindset. I mean, I still have days where I'm like, screw this, I'm not doing nothing. But some days you need to rest and relax, and but you got to get back to it. You can't let it keep going. But it's The Secret. It's positive affirmations. It changes.
Have you ever watched the movie? Gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of it now. It's got Ben Affleck in it. Gosh, they're basically like Wall Street guys. They're stockbrokers. The Boiler Room.
It's been a long time.
Okay, well, The Boiler Room, there's a big line in it where the guy's saying, hey, you know what? You want to drive those fancy sports cars? You want to drive those, to have that $1 million home? You wanted to live those exotic lifestyles? Then you've got to live life now as if you're that CEO, as if you're that multi-millionaire person. Talk to people. Existence. Yeah, exactly. And like, when you talk to somebody like, hey, I'm not just Lydia. I'm a business owner and I'm a mom. You know what I mean? Like, I am me, and feel confident in who you are.
Yes, because if you're not confident in who you are, it bleeds. I've made that mistake several times, especially in photography. It is the most undervalued profession. And then being a girl in a professional sports photography world is a whole... I'm like the little fish in the big pond. But when you start to value who you, and it doesn't matter what you do, when any kind of business is, if you value your business and this is what it is, you like it and you speak positive on it all the time and you affirm it, other people are going to get that from you. Like, if you watch even some of the big companies. I'm all preaching. Today's a good day. I'm getting
but seriously, your mindset, your mentality is much needed in this field and in this business. And I would love to have you join the Zooms more often and help inspire people, because the things that you're saying right now are
on my non-busy days. Like today I have 5. Tomorrow I'll have 3 kids. It's a little easy, but they're pretty good. They're in there playing. Hopefully not fighting, but they're playing. I'm just like, really, we're gonna fight? Okay.
So I'm just curious then, tell me a little bit about your personal journey here with paparazzi so far. How long have you been a consultant? Do you have a team? Where are you at?
I joined April 2020. Annie is my direct upline. Our girls did beauty pageants together years ago, so we've known Annie for a while. So April 2020, I'm bronze life of the party this year. Came really close to silver. Couldn't quite get. I was like 2,000 PV away, so it was close within. But I hit bronze this year. I'm going to convention. Me and my husband are gonna go. We were gangbusters. Like I was 20 to 30 people on a live in the summer. And then last October, we didn't have any sports. So it was nice. I was doing more paparazzi and I didn't. And because when football season's in, I shoot football Friday because I shoot high school football too. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's constant. And so I got a break. So it was really good time to ramp up paparazzi. And then October, I started getting really bad migraines. Couldn't stand in front of a ring light. If you've been in front of a ring light and you have a migraine, you know how bad it hurts. And then the doctor was like, you need to slow, something's going on. It's triggering them. So I had to literally screech to a halt. But then I tried again, like around Thanksgiving, again, gave me a headache. So he said, stop for a while, like 6 months. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like he said, you can do it, but not from a ring light. I'm like, what? But I said, all right, because having an excruciating headache is not fun any time of the day. And then I would have them during the day, it would trigger and I couldn't get rid of them. And then when you have a daycare and a migraine, you know how fun that is?
Oh yeah.
So then I just started really doing stuff with my VIP group, and I still get sales. It's a little bit slower, and I'll go in, I'll do like little lives of things, or I was doing like daily quick picks, almost like the lotto, and doing that type of stuff. And I was doing videos where I wasn't showing my face. So we do some stuff. My girls still buy. I have like 12 customers that are just like, want this, or they'll message me, hey, do you have this? Or I saw you have this, you know? So I do a lot of stuff sell without the live. Like I still order, you know, several times a week and stuff. Half the time I have to set an alarm because again, I have a daycare and all of a sudden I look up, I'm like, dang it, it's 12:10, but I still go in and I still place an order, you know, because it's all good stuff. I just placed an order this morning at like 8:30, new release setting up. I was like, oh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. I like my cart empty at new release time. I don't know why, it's just a weird thing for me. But that's been my journey. I'm slowly, I got fall coming, football's back, but I'm going to try to work in at least one live, and I'm just going to have to do it maybe during the day or pre-record. I was doing some pre-recorded stuff too, but my girls like to be live. We have fun. I mean, I've laughed so hard we've been crying. My stomach hurts. Like I really liked going live. But when it hurts and triggers headaches, I just couldn't. So I had to figure out another way to sell, and slowly getting back to the live schedule. And hopefully I can put my ring light on. It doesn't trigger stuff. I think it was stress. It's stress too, you know, because life and kids and marriage, you know, all the things. So, but I have a consultation with my doctor next week, so hopefully he did that, because I didn't want to be on heavy medication and all that good stuff. So that's my journey. It's just I do a lot in my VIP group, and I always have people. I try to get people to request me too. I mean, I've added a few friends, but I have like 300 in my VIP group. But I have like 600 on my business page. Excuse me, but my business page doesn't get as much. That's a whole other demon, because I have a business page for the media stuff that I do, but it's just a whole other.
Yeah, it is a struggle sometimes, especially if you don't already have that major following. But no, thank you so much. And what about a team? Do you have a team already?
I did, because I'm director is the highest that I've got. And then they all just kind of stopped. I was like, fine, I'll get a new team. So when I get, I'm going to go to convention, and my plan is I've started talking to my husband, is to kind of launch a relaunch during convention. Because I'll be in Vegas, and we can go live in certain we can't go live obviously from inside the arena, but do certain things and start a relaunch. So I'm going to start creating, because I know Photoshop and all that good junk. So I'm going to start creating some banners for my relaunch and go from there. Hopefully I might throw like 10 or 12 pieces in my suitcase that they haven't seen, because I do keep stuff secret. I don't post everything in my VIP group. I do keep stuff secret, just for like, oh, look at this, oh, look at that, you know, or just pop in some fashion fit sets that I get, and just pop it in and take it to Vegas and do a live, even from the hotel, just to try, you know, get people excited about the relaunch.
For sure.
People with all that. That's my thing. That's my thing too. So, that's the plan.
And did you, were you here at the beginning of Marissa's talk today, where she was talking about her laying it out and putting her pieces together as far as like sets and stuff, and putting pictures? Since you're doing so much with your VIP, I'm just curious if you got to hear her.
No, I missed the first 20 minutes, but I know what she does because I see all her stuff, you know?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no, I'm still sorting out my jewelry. I got boxes from IKEA, and these boxes ship because some IKEA stuff doesn't ship. And if you don't have an IKEA by you, I have one 20 minutes away. They're these cardboard boxes, and they're the shoe boxes, and they fold over the top, and I just wrote on them. So they're like stacked in my daycare room, because I have a separate room for daycare, and they're stacked on a table. And so they're all color coded. So I just have to, when I'm done sorting everything, then I'm going to pull some sets out and do that. But I probably have some of the sets that I have a lot of inventory.
Gotcha.
A ton of inventory.
She talked about this thing called flat lay pictures, basically, and she like threw down here, as a matter of fact, I'll just, since you're here real quick, I'm going to show you. This is what she was talking about earlier today, doing pictures that are similar to this. Yeah, so that's
flat lays are a big thing in wedding photography, and I used to shoot weddings. I only have 2 left. I don't shoot them anymore because they're a pain.
Right.
I like sport. I like football. That's my jam. But flat lays are a big thing, and I have some flat lays that I did for Annie before I was a paparazzi consultant with suitcases. They're pretty amazing.
Right
and
on.
I probably could. I have like 3 totes of flat lay stuff. I probably should whip it out and do some with because they're easy to do. You like if you don't flat lay stuff, if you take even a white towel or a white sheet, lay it down. I always do them on white. Because I like the lighter style. And then any kind of fabric, even if you have a sexy little lingerie top, hide the straps. Use the lace and the color. It works. I'm telling you, I've seen people use underwear. It works. Any kind of ribbon, string, even like you can use like a really nice pair of shoes, make sure they're clean. I can show Marissa some of my flat lay stuff that I've done in the past for photography work. You'd be like, what? I use China plates. You use anything. Would you be willing to do a training on it?
I can do some, yeah. I'll put some.
Okay.
I can put some. I mean, I have inventory everywhere. You should see it. It's great. It's like a paparazzi bomb went off in my house. So my husband says. But I can pull some pieces. I just got the lotus flower, that copper lotus flower. I just got that one. I can do something around that because I had customers go, girls went crazy for that thing. But I can do some of that, the newer pieces. I fashion fix stuff too, that I can put a flat lay together and then I can tell them how I did it. Maybe
we can work together and get a training done so that you can show everybody how to do flat lays, and you can show a couple examples or how you set them up, and maybe that'll help out a little bit, especially having somebody that's professional photographer.
Yeah, it would be so, and I use my big cameras and stuff for that, but I would do it with my phone so you can see it, because most people don't have a $5,000 Canon camera sitting around.
Well, do that.
So I would do it with my phone because most of us have iPhones or Androids, and then just see how it is. I probably could do a video on how I set it up too. It's really easy. You can use poster board. You really can use the materials that you have. I've done flat lays on my kitchen table. If you have a wood floor, just clean the spot. Because if you're like me and have cats and you got to clean it and then just put it all down and just lay it. Like if you have a carpet that's really pretty, use that. I mean, you can use shower curtain. You can use anything. It's really kind of crazy what you can do in the way that photography to make it. And it's about angles. And I always say, if it's not windy, do them outside, because natural light is the best light.
For sure.
Ever. But it's really the materials that you have and the jewelry that you have, and just kind of like that piece of wood was really pretty, but you can use anything outside. If you have river rock, I mean, you just take the materials that you have, find the coordinating pieces like that one, because that one had like oranges and greens, so the wood went perfect, and just do it. I've done flat lays like in my house, like in the corner with the USA pieces. I did it one year, and I took one item. I have a fuzzy rug, but I have a fuzzy rug for that purpose. And then just put the USA, I don't forget which one it was. I think it was a bracelet last year and a ring and a necklace, and put it all together and kind of did.
And Lydia, that's another thing that I would suggest to you too, hon, is find a couple of different photo editor type programs. Canva is one that a lot of people use, but play around with photo editing. When you take pictures of your jewelry and then use some of the filters to kind of change the lighting or the look of it, maybe just things that are going to attract customers and viewers' ideas, being able to add text, play around in those apps when you're using them to put those pictures on your VIP group or something, because that, like I said, you can't hurt the picture, right? If all else fails, you just discard it and start over again. So being able to play with those and get creative with those and post those pictures could help you out quite a bit too.
And all the photos from all the pieces that you ever ordered are in your back office in your order history.
Don't pull them off the internet, because if you don't have the paparazzi logo, you can get popped if somebody wants to be petty and pop you on it, which I think is stupid. It's just me. But if he doesn't have the logo, so you definitely always use the photos from your back office and make sure that paparazzi logo is in there. I know sometimes when they shrink it down and stuff, I just use Pic Collage, or if I'm on one of my computers, then I'm in Photoshop. But you have to make sure that logo is there, or people they like to tattletale.
Yeah, and
I've also taken photos just in like the pic editor and not shrink it or nothing, and I've turned them black and white, and I've made my girls, what metal and what color do you think this is? And I've made sure it's a sold out piece so they can't go find it on the website, because they're like, well, you'll find it. Like, you won't find it. I mean, if you really, but so they'll just it's kind of a fun guessing game, and it makes it an interactive post, because interactive post is what gets people, your group, it'll get your group. And I always suggest, if you're a new group and you have under 100 people in your group, keep it public, because people can see it. They can see all the posts in there. And then once you get more and more people, then all of a sudden, okay, it's going to be a VIP, make it this big thing, like, it's exclusive and it's special, and, only certain ones get in. So that's what I did. I kept it public, and then I made it private. And I just need to change the name to VIP so it looks more.
There you go.
And you can make logos. I mean, my logo is from Photoshop, but you can make logos and you can do all that stuff. You just have to,
and Lydia, and I meant when I was talking about using the photo editors and stuff like that, like anything that has a watermark, you definitely don't want to edit it in any way. If it has a paparazzi watermark on it, leave it like it is. But I meant for like jewelry that you have on hand, if you decided you wanted to do your own your own flat lays, and you decided to put some of your jewelry together and take pictures and things like that, use the photo editors too, and add some text to it. Be able to put on there $5 for each piece, or $15 for the set, or whatever. But also being able to use the filters in your camera for adjusting the light and the texture and the depth and stuff like that.
Okay.
Good
stuff.
You
just always reach out. Like, I have some people, you can message me if you have questions especially about photo stuff. They do it in my sleep. So I don't mind helping people out there, like if they struggle with certain things, like what to use, But Canva's is a pretty good one.
I use one called Photo Director. I have to pay like $3 a month for it, but I just love it. For some reason, it's easy to use, and it has so many features that I still don't know. I don't even know how to use them, but it does what I needed it to do. It'll crop and edit, and it'll let me add images and do layers and stuff like that. So it's definitely kind of fun. And
it's like a handheld Photoshop.
Yeah, kind of. And I use Photoshop quite a bit. So I have a lot of practice with Photoshop.
That's a beast in itself.
Yeah,
I'm self-taught Photoshop, and me and Photoshop used to go round and round and round. I still don't know, like I can't do full composites and stuff. I mean, I can head swap and I can do all that stuff. I mean, I can do some I can do basics, but photography composites are a whole other level of crazy that that's why I'm not doing weddings after next year, because
right,
that's a 10-hour day, the 2,000 picture. Yeah, no, hopefully we'll make the switch over to all paparazzi. That's the goal, hopefully, once I relaunch and stuff, but we'll get there. And everybody will get there. I just hate to see people like get so down about stuff. I'm just like, the season will pass. The shipping season will pass, because it was nothing like it was last year.
Right.
I mean, 8 weeks, that's a long time. And it'll pass. And I tell everybody, you'll figure it out your way. People can give you advice and stuff, but you'll figure it out your way to get whatever it is you need to get done. Yep. Especially new being a new parent. I mean, if it's your first baby, that's a whole other world of juggle that you never have. And
Yeah.
Give yourself some grace, I say, but just do, 30 minutes if you can't do anything else. But definitely a VIP group and get all that inventory listed. All of it.
And just think you're able to be a mom right now without having to necessarily go find a job at the same time and have somebody babysit your kid. You can be there with them and still start this business. But but you do have to put time into the business just like you do your baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have other people's kids here, but they're toddlers. I don't have babies. But yeah, and you get out what you put in it. And if you can't go live, I tell people that's fine. Don't let people make you feel bad. If you can at first, you'll get there. I know that you'll get there. Because once you go live the first time, it's an adrenaline rush. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do that again. It's almost like you want to go back live again. That was my feeling when I first did it. Like, it was like, it's a crazy adrenaline rush. And then it just gets easier and easier. But now I'm back to feeling nervous because I haven't been live again. I haven't been live in so long, like really live on my personal page in forever. So I'm just like, I have those nerves again. And we were live 3 or 4 times a week, So it happens to all of us.
You know what, Lydia? I think what would help you a lot too is set yourself a goal every day. That every day you want to try to find a way to sell 3 to 5 pieces of jewelry every single day. Okay. And if that means that you have to take some wall drops and put some pictures out on your Facebook page, good, then do that. If it means that you need to reach into your messenger and reach out to some of your friends or family and ask them to go check out your website, that you do that. But every day, try to sell 3 to 5 pieces of jewelry until you do it every single day. And then when you're doing it every day, then maybe up it a little bit more. But that will help you grow your business, is if you look at it as, today, I've got to sell 3 pieces of jewelry. And if you haven't sold them before you go to bed, then you do everything you can real quick. Throw a couple posts out there and make sure that you got the next day covered so that you do sell 3 pieces the next day. All right, guys. Well, I do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with us. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the day, though. Kara, I definitely appreciated the chat with you. It was great to get to know you. I encourage you to come back in here.
Yeah,
anytime.
Okay. Tomorrow should be better. Yeah, I just saw Marissa's post. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna join. I was like 20 minutes late. But we can get together on the whole flat lay challenge, and I can put stuff together. I mean, I can put those together and like. But I've done them before. A lot of people that haven't done them, so maybe I'll figure out this week, tomorrow, the next day when my kid count is low, or maybe Friday when I only have 2 kids here. That way I can do it and then I can videotape how I set stuff up, or just do a video about, this is what I did, to set this up. This is what I have. This is kind of where I got it. The thrift stores are great places for flat lay supplies.
And let me know.
I can do a couple total different textures, totally different. I'll even pull a shower curtain to show you can use a shower curtain. And
let me know when you're ready and you've got everything set up. And I mean, if you want, I can get with Marissa. We'll just put you live on the Elite Blingers and let you do a training on it.
Perfect. Yeah, Friday would probably be the easiest, because I only have 2 kids in daycare here that day, so it's not crazy town. But yeah, we can certainly do that. I can gather everything this week, and then we'll try to do it this Friday.
Yeah. That'll be great. Yeah, feel free to hit me up on Messenger, and we'll finalize the date and time, and we'll make that your slot, and we'll announce that we'll have you come do a training on that.
Perfect. Yeah, probably Friday at like 1 is because I'll do it on my front porch because that's where the light is the best. We probably can do that. But yeah, I'll get you up on Messenger, then we'll talk to Marissa, and we'll go from there, because we only really have 2 Friday, because the 3rd Friday I'll be in Vegas, so we're not doing that.
That sounds perfect. I like that idea. We'll probably work for Friday.
Alrighty, yeah, I'll message you later on today.
All right, thank you, hon.
All right, bye guys.
Lydia, I appreciate you so much, and I'm anxious to see you get started. So, later on today, if I don't get with you earlier, I want to get you some of those names, like Dawn Schwimmer, Dawn. I'm just gonna call her Dawn. I'm not even gonna try to say her last name. But I'll get you with Dawn, and then maybe we can make a post together and see if we can get somebody from Kingdom of Blingdom to put you under their wing for a little bit, see if they can help guide you and get you started.
Okay.
All
But
right. Well, I am
sure,
glad to
I
have
am
you
going
back.
to try to do the setup in the yard to see if anyone bites. You know,
Yeah, sure,
I
sure.
might
I,
just
I
have
like
to
that.
put the paparazzi boxes on the ground. I'm not gonna put the actual jewelry on the ground, but the bags at least.
Yeah, well, whatever works for you the best. I just
Mhm.
I know that I know that you're gonna do good once you get started. So let's just get you going.
Mhm. Let's get my shit off the ground.
There you go. All right, girl. Well, you have a good day.
You too.
All right.